All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, a great millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson. Lord's will is edifying. So, Duck just passed an executive order to get rid of transgenders out of the military. And I just wanted to grab a couple of precepts, bring out a couple of them. That's it.
No more pronouns, no more climate change obsession, no more emergency vaccine mandates, no more dudes in dresses. We're done with that shit. No more.
He's getting a hand clap for it now, but during the last administration, that this is doing all of this. They were getting all the funding. A lot of people joined the military just so they could get gender affirming care. Okay, so that's who's in your military right now. Okay, and guess what? That's what happened with many other kingdoms in the Bible too. All right, as a matter of fact, let's just start with it. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. And what he's trying to do is strengthen back up his military, get that warrior spirit back, get people back in that, that old ready to go to war, get the morale back up over here in Babylon. But hey, this place is done, man. It's done. As a matter of fact, let's start at the top a little bit. It's Jeremiah 51 and in verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Okay, so the Lord's rendering Babylon a recompense for the things that it's done to the nation of Israel. Okay, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Okay, because what you're starting to see is that following Esau, Edom ain't leading to any prosperity. It might, for a short term, lead to some form of prosperity, but ultimately it leads to more civil unrest, more uprising of the people, more divide, more everything's going the opposite. Okay, so it's not. That's why we, you might accept some. It says a gift destroyer for your heart, which is your mind, man. He'll let me help you build this, but hey, you need to pass this policy allowing same-sex marriages and things like that. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. And that's what everyone's hoping Duck to do. He's gonna heal Babylon, man. Oh, he's gonna fix everything. And this is people were clapping for Pete Hegseth, because he's saying, oh, we're getting rid of all of this. But, just because you stop, listen, Esau, that's his spirit, man. He wants to be a woman. Okay. And a majority of them joined the military. So a lot of them already got these services, these gender affirming, treatments and surgeries. They already got them already. So a lot of them, they don't even really want to fight. They just joined to get those surgeries. And Esau did it that way because that's his spirit. And that was all on the tax-paying dollar. So you actually paid to have these people. And then after they got it, where are they at? They're applying for jobs. They're getting, they're claiming to be, I don't know about too much about the DEI initiative, but basically it was for them, okay, to be in there. You don't have to say what gender you are, pushing the pronouns on people. Now you got to say that, when you're in the office. So imagine how complicated it is to communicate on a battlefield when you got more confusion. Okay. You got to worry about how to talk to people. If you're not, man, listen, man, just go to battle, man. You have all this stupid shit that you got to worry about. Okay. Jeremiah 51 in verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. And this balm is going into all these different initiatives that Duck's trying. Oh, we're gonna reallocate money here. I'm gonna defund this over here. I'm gonna put more assets and resources here. I'm gonna make more money. We're gonna start buying American products, man. We'll bring all the companies back here to Babylon so we can rebuild this place. We're gonna start buying American-made goods. Okay, this is all part of the wine, man. Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So it's lifted up. Her sins have reached up to heaven. Babylon's still not healed. Okay, and forsake her. Okay. Forsake her, man. You got to rise and depart mentally, spiritually, physically. Not physically, because this is where the salvation's coming from. But people are starting to leave this place, man. There was a mass migration of celebrities before Duck even came into office, with different celebrities. But people are starting to leave. We got Putin asking his residents to come, his Russian citizens to come back, because this place is done. Okay. And the closer and closer we get to World War III, people are going to start going to their own countries, man. But we can start to see this playing out. And he's passing Real ID, this, and is making it harder, man. So it's going to come to a point where, you're going to have a small window to leave. He's actually paying people to self-deport right now. He's paying people $1,000 if you're an immigrant to just self-deport, man. So all these things are playing out. Okay. But I wanted to jump down. Jeremiah 51 in verse 30, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Yeah, they're forborne to fight. They cease from fighting. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They become as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. So not only is they didn't want to fight in the first place. That wasn't their intentions of joining the military. Okay, their intentions of joining the military was for gender affirming care. Okay, they wanted to transform. Okay, and they got a huge presence within the military. This is what you're dealing with in there, man. Okay, I try to zoom in on his name, but this is what you're dealing with. And a lot of you Jakes, what are you doing? This is what you're into, man. This is what you're gonna be around. Okay, she, her. What are yours? Does that look like a she or a her? No. Okay, but you got to call Mr. Jones she, her. All right. And on the phone, he probably talking like a straight up woman, man. Supreme Court rules U.S. military can ban transgender mental cases. Thank God the grown-ups are back in charge. More to do. This clown was a supervisor of a storage nuclear waste, and the other called himself a general. See? Storage nuclear waste, man. Okay. So it's just going to show you who's in these higher positions, man. State funded by your tax-paying dollars. And then they're supposed to protect you. You think they're going to protect you? Do you feel, not to say that they're not, they got drones and stuff, but still, do you think they have your best interests at heart? If they don't even have, depending on how you feel, they don't even have their mind. Does that follow what was written in the Bible for you to do this? Is this something that the Lord does he like this? This is what you got to be asking yourself if you claim to be a believer. This is supposed to be a Christian state. This was supposed to be built on Christian principles, right? Do you see is that what it looks like? This book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So the wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Malachi 1:4. He's a border of wickedness, and he's a hypocrite because he's an actor claiming that he's this is a God-fearing nation. It's far from fearing the Most High, man. Very far from it. All right, he's acting. This is all false, all falsehoods. He don't follow any commandment in the Bible, man. He teaches lies. He's the liar. He's the deceiver. Though his excellency mount up to heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dog. They which have seen him will say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Okay, dung is shit. His excellency is going into his capabilities, his military might. Okay, his head reach up to the clouds, his GPS systems, his pride. It's all of this, all his technological advancements. Okay, but all of this is for what? To perish away like your own dung. So this is all vanity. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? There's going to be a time where all of them are going to be eradicated from off the earth. Thus saith the Lord. Okay, his laws are going to be fulfilled regardless if you like them or not, regardless if you don't like what I'm saying or not. It's not up to you when the Lord brings his judgment. Okay, that's why we say this with great boldness, because it exceeds human thought. Okay, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to destroy you sodomites out there, and every military, every power, all of that's going to be destroyed, man. Okay, Job 20:8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. And then we're coming close to that, where he's going to be chased. Chase row, man. I believe that's Isaiah 13:14. And it shall be as the chase row and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. So a chase row is like I think that's a female deer. Okay. And you know how deers are, man. They're out as soon as they see any type of danger. Well, Esau is going to be that row, man. Okay. Beauty decoration, a roebuck, a gazelle. You see how a gazelle is in the wild. Okay, it's food, it's prey. No one's gonna take it up. No one's gonna want to fuck with you, Esau. You're gonna be, hey, the Lord's gonna unleash. You're gonna get hurt, man. Because you're starting to be exposed for the devil that you are, man. Okay, and I'm talking about the elites more so than the regular six-pack drinking white man that you see on your day-to-day, or your boss, man, even though he probably a damn sodomite pedophile too. Job 20:9, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sins of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. So it's the same thing, man. You know, all these sins that he's committed, man, you know, you can see it. You can see it. He wasn't always like this, man. Okay. This is the sin. This is everything, accumulation of Esau showing his horns, man. Okay. Look at that, man. The U.S. Supreme Court sided with President Trump and Secretary Pete Hegseth, allowing the transgender military ban to go into effect. So they're hurting. This is what's going on over here. This is your military, man. They're supposed to be fighting for you, man. They're fighting. They don't care. Man, what's that scripture, man? He that is evil to himself, to whom can he be good, man? Let's grab that. To whom, something like that. Let's start right there. See if it finds it for me. Sirach 14:5. It says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. So that's the same thing, man. He's taking your taxpaying dollars, but people are hungry. People are homeless. You have no money to fund this program and fund that program, but yet you have people joining your military using your tax-paying dollars because you pay your military, man. They use your money to make all these guns, to house, to feed, to clothe, to weaponize your military, to weaponize your police force, to weaponize, you know, these robots that you're starting to see. Okay, which is all going to be used against you anyways. Okay, because hey, this is thus saith the Lord. You know, part of the fall of an empire. See, that's what they want, man, but they're not going to get that. Okay, that's not what the Lord has for this place. Okay, that's not what He has for this place, man. Jeremiah chapter 50 in verse 35, it says, "A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men." So a sword is any form of destruction, any instrument used to bring forth destruction. That's what the Lord is. That's what He said is for the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. Okay, they're not gonna know what to do, man. Okay, especially when it comes to this battle, man. They're not gonna be knowing what to do out there, man. They're already confused in their own minds, and they're gonna be destroyed out there. Jeremiah 50 and 37, the sword is upon their houses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Exactly, man. So this is what you're seeing. People are becoming as women, not even just in the military, because these people are in positions of power. Okay, they're in your school systems. They you don't think that they're not pushing this vibration on whoever they're around, no matter who is around them, man. They're not they're not actually, even some of them are even not only that, they're getting kids. There was a case here in Massachusetts. This woman was with somebody who's a lot of women are with like a lot of these pedos, man. Okay, a lot of women. This place is backwards, man. It's messed up. Okay, so a lot of it's being propagated, and they're very predatory. So they're going into those positions where they can get around your kids, man. They're signing up for positions so they can get their hands on kids. All right, that's why you start to see more um, same-sex couples who no one can afford kids, but they can for some reason. Why is the society based on them, man? Not them, but like, why are they able to do things that regular um, um, not too many people can do that anymore, have a house, kids, and the American dream, but somehow, some way they're figuring out a way to do it. Come on, man, you got to open your eyes. Okay. Jeremiah 50 and 38, a drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. Yeah, so there's going to be a drought in your water supply, man. For it is the land of graven images, and they are made upon they're mad, so like, and they are mad upon their idols, man. So pretty much you just love them, man. You love these idols. Okay, you're stuck on Babylon juice. You're drunk. Okay, and you're mad upon your idols, man. Madly in love. All right. So this place is done with, man. I forgot what precept I want to match up with that, man. Oh, the Romans, the first chapter. This love for these idols. Romans 1, and I'll start at 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Yeah, you can tell that there's a God, man. Okay, unless you're just a complete fool. If you can't attribute the sun, the moon, just regular, just natural occurrences in the earth, if you can't attribute that to a power, then you're a fool, because it's evident that there is a God. Romans 1 and 21, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as the Most High. So like, yeah, as God, I'm gonna say it verbatim, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. So that's why they're in the state that they're in, man. Their foolish hearts were darkened. Okay, ultimately Esau was created to be that. Oh, here. Evidence-based, man. You think he had your rights in mind when he was doing that? No, he didn't care about you, man. Romans chapter 1, verse 21, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Okay, so he sounds good, to the unlearned ear, you know, but it really doesn't matter as long as they're, fit for the job. Who cares, right? Well, the Most High cares. Romans 1 and 23, and change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, into birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. So the Lord gave them over to their lusts. Okay. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. So it's not even just the men, it's the women. Okay. And it's the men. Okay. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which is meat. Okay. So they're gonna receive the recompense, okay, which is meat for them. I don't even know if I should keep going. Okay. Let's see if that's all I got. What's this? Yep. So pretty much goodbye to you, man. Say goodbye to your military, because guess what? Majority of the people in there are one of those letters, man. Okay. That's pretty much it on that one. Look at Jake, man. Jake's out of it. You see? And that's an Israelite, man. No doubt. Romans 1 and 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So that's why they're doing these things that are not convenient. The Lord gave them an avenue to fulfill the lust of the flesh so he can put them to death. Romans 1 and 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implicable, merciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So, hey, you ain't got to believe the Lord, okay? But he said you're worthy of death, okay? And that's why a lot of people don't really like the Lord, man. They don't want to hear this word. Romans 6 and 23, for the wages of sin is death. Okay. Sin is the transgression of the law. Okay. And what law are we breaking when you committing these homosexual acts? Okay. But the gift of God is eternal life through Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our Lord. Okay. So you gotta know. You gotta know it, man. You gotta know the laws of God. Leviticus um chapter. Let me see. Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind, and as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Now, we're not saying go around smiting sodomites, but what we're saying is you're going to not only destroy yourself, but your actions, man. Okay. Yeah, you get kicked out of the military now, but the things that are coming that the Lord got up his sleeve is nothing but death and destruction. You ain't gonna have that covering. Okay, you're not gonna have that the stability. You're not gonna have this knowledge in you, man. Okay, and you need that. You need to be covered because he's the one bringing this destruction. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 23. Verse 17, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Okay, so these are the laws that are being broken. Okay, bugged out. It's because we've been in Babylon too long, man, drinking this wine. We got to get up out of here, man. As a matter of fact, we're here, man. Because, this is in 2017, but it shows you Duck's been trying to do this for a while, man. Okay, and now he finally got what he wanted. You know, joke about things, but the Lord ain't playing with this, man. Nahum chapter 3, verse 13. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thine enemies. The fire shall devour thy bars. So this is a breaking down of an empire, man. When your gates are down, that means it's easier for your enemies to infiltrate, man. Okay, and then the people in the midst of thee are women, so they're that weaker vessel, man. They're not like the men of old. Okay, and in Babylon, they literally taking hormones, to estrogen, other surgeries to become like women, man. Okay, so these men are out of their damn mind. And if you think they're gonna have the right mindset, a woman's more likely to run from a battle like that. All right, not to be stable, man. They work up more so off emotions than logic. You think they're gonna be following orders if they feel, no, I don't feel like this is a good thing to do. They're not gonna do it. He's trying to remove them, but it's a little too late for all of that. Okay, it's too late to because it's not just them, man. Now you got a whole generation that he just fucked up. Okay, Esau just fucked up a whole generation, and you can see that when you talk to some people that are, the younger millennials. Okay, a lot of them got a different type of mindset, man. They're walking around where I'm at with hair bonnets. That's I'm starting to see young, maybe 15, 16, 17. Actually, I even saw a little kid dressed up as a girl walking with his mother. Okay, and his mother and this was a Spanish kid, so you know, um, you know, I just never seen it. They're supposed to be Catholics and things like that. So it's not like they know the Lord, man. Okay, but sometimes what I think is it's the spirits are so heavy that they're given into the spirit that these kids are in, because you can be considered um, neglecting or abusing your child by not allowing him. If you go, oh, my mother won't let me do all these things, and they're learning this shit at school. So we need to get the hell out of here. Talking so you don't even know how to say. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about, man. But it's all false anyways, because he got a lot of them within the office now. He gonna use it as some type of political meme to for his supporters to feel good. But there's so many people within there that who you gonna? There's gonna be a whole bunch of people coming out of there, man. So I'm curious to see how this plays out, man. I'm gonna grab this. Isaiah 19:16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. So hey, man, when the Lord's hand is against Babylon, man, it's not good. And the land of Judah shall be, no, that's pretty much it on that. Oh, it's not. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he have determined against it, Okay, and we're starting to see that now, man. Bringing out these prophecies was showing you, okay, what the will of the Lord is. Because this is all that's coming to this place, man, is destruction. And it starts with the deterioration of Babylon, man. Okay, because this is what's going on here. Let me grab this in Isaiah 14 and 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So there's a deterioration of the kingdom, man. And it's not just economically, it's spiritually, it's morally, it's all of it. Okay, and that's this place being destroyed. And one indicator is homosexuality, not wanting to have families anymore, not wanting to bring life anymore. That's a sign of death. That's a symptom of death, man. Okay. And this is what we're trying to warn you about, that it's time to prepare, because the numbers of people are going to increase. Okay. The numbers of people um, going that route, that's going to increase, man. And you gotta be a man in these last days, man. Okay. Man, according to the Bible. Okay, because according to the Bible, this is what makes you a man, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the whole duty of man. Okay, they're doing the opposite of what a man is supposed to be doing, according to the Bible. Okay, which is wicked. Okay, if you don't believe in the Bible, then hey, that's up to you. We're gonna see, let every man be a liar and let the Most High be true. Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms and nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So he's bringing them together to fight these different nations. They come from a far country, from the end of the heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land, and his weapons of his indignation, those thermonuclear missiles. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. And that's what's gonna happen, man. Just like a woman that's about to deliver a baby, hey, you're in pains. Okay, that's how it's going to be as the Lord starts bringing these tribulation, this destruction. Okay, their faces shall be as flames. They should be amazed at one another, not going to know what to do. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay, so if you sinning, you're going to be destroyed. And you can't say the Lord's not merciful. He's telling you to get your house in order, but choose to repent. Yeah, you done, man. You people are done. If you don't wanna keep these law, statutes, and commandments, you out of here, man. Behold the Isaiah 13 and 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give the light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So that's you, Esau. He's going to lay you low. That pride of yours, man, you know. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So that's the only people, a man more precious than fine gold. Okay. Um, So you need to be thinking about that. First Chronicles 29:4 says, even 3,000 talents of the gold of Ophir, and 7,000 talents of fine silver to overlay the walls of the houses withal. And this is what David was given to build the temple, okay? The gold of Ophir. So this is talking about Israelite men are going to be made like that, okay? But the rest, you're going to see them fully deteriorate, man. And that's what you're seeing going on around you. More men they don't even want to be men anymore. Okay, this is why you got to stand boldly for the Lord. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall move out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own country. So Esau, you gonna be like that chased roe, man. Okay, that no man taketh up. No one's gonna want to fuck with you, man. Okay. Matter of fact, it even tells you you're gonna be thrust through. If I can grab it, it's lucky. You're gonna be thrust through. Oh, it was up a little bit more. Slocky. Isaiah 13. I'll just keep reading. Next, it's literally the next verse. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So nobody's gonna fuck with you, man. Okay, anyone joined with the wicked, hey, you're gonna perish. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Okay, so you need to think about this, and you women too. You don't want to come up under the understanding of what the Lord got or the will of the Lord, then this is going to happen to you too. He's going to be destroyed, and those who follow him, and the women too. Okay, and if you making you way out of the hedge, if you think you independent, that you don't need one of these men that the Lord's dealing with. He's the one bringing this destruction for the world's wickedness. You see, now he's just a forked tongue, man. Okay, that's what he does, man. One day he's not against it, then he's against it. But hey, man, the Lord don't change. Isaiah 13:17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. And that's what he's starting to do now. The Medes are the modern day Russians. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And this is talking about these battles that are happening because of the wickedness that has been portrayed here. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Because the same things happening there is happening here, man. Sexual immorality, okay? Wickedness, idols. The Lord destroyed that place, all right? It shall never be inhabited. Neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So this place ain't never going to be inhabited. But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So this is how America is going to be destroyed, and these different creatures are going to be here inhabiting this land because of the wickedness that we're showing you. And this is just a symptom of this place being destroyed. And people are protesting to keep it, but it's not gonna last, man. Because this place is prophesied to be destroyed. These dudes are stupid. But this is what it's gonna be, man. Okay. Revelation 18 in verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So this is when the world sees Babylon destroyed, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Exactly. So 1 hour is going to be done away with. Okay. This place is out of here. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Okay? So that's what they're going to be sad about, man. It goes into that. All right? That's pretty much it, though. Long story short, as a matter of fact, we ended on this. Isaiah 47. Verse 1, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Okay, notice that this is a kingdom, but it's being referred to as the daughter of Babylon. Man. A woman, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Okay, so you're being exposed. Okay, the Lord is showing the world who you truly are. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's not going to return as a man. He's going to return in his glory. Okay, and he's going to destroy you. All right. I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Shalom.